Alright, so the reason you guys clicked on this video is to answer the old age question of, is water wet? And I'm sure you've come across this question a lot, but maybe you don't know the answer because, well, everyone has different opinions about what the actual answer is. You guys came to the right place because I'm going to answer that question for you guys right now. People are like, there's no way it's wet. Dude, water's not wet, bro. But then other people are like, wait, but it's just molecules in water and H2O, so it kind of just is water and it's wet, but okay, so I think the reason this question is so confusing is because it's not only about the science behind is water wet, all the molecules, all that boring stuff, but it's also about literature interpretation, and it's really an opinion-based question. So that's why people are not able to find a definitive answer of, is water wet? So from my research, there's actually valid arguments for both sides. Water can be wet. Water's not wet. So a lot of people that say water is not wet, they have an argument which consists of water isn't wet. Wetness is a description of our experience of water. What happens to us when we come into contact with water in such a way that it impinges on our state of being. Blah, 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 blah. This guy Chaz said it, and his thing blew up on YouTube, and he said, water cannot be covered or saturated with itself. So that's an argument that people use when they say that water is not wet. It makes sense, right? Yeah. Water can't be covered or saturated by itself. So if you think about it based on what Chaz is saying in his video that he posted, he's actually right. Like, water is not wet because it cannot be saturated or covered by itself. But what we have to understand is that's all true based upon what he uses as a definition for what wet really means. So that's where it gets really complicated and people start to get brain damage about all of this conversation. But then there's the other side where people that say that water is wet and they're following the Merriam-Webster dictionary. The point is, Merriam-Webster dictionary's definition of wet says, consisting of, containing, covered with, or soaked with liquids such as water. Okay, so consisting of, containing, or covered with. Based on the Merriam-Webster dictionary, when you look at this bottle, it's clearly consisting of water. So this bottle is clearly wet, based on Merriam-Webster's dictionary. So the Merriam-Webster dictionary says consisting of. So if something consists of water, then it's wet. And what does consisting of mean? Consist means to be composed of or made up of. So then is water made up of itself? So I think it would be safe to say that water consists of water. Whoa. So the people that follow the definition of the Merriam-Webster dictionary, they would be right when they say that water is wet because water consists of water. Both sides have technically a valid argument for if water is wet or if it's not wet. What this really comes down to is your definition of wet and what definition you're using, if you're using Google versus Merriam-Webster dictionary. So I think this is more of an opinion-based question as opposed to a factual scientific question. Regardless, I think you guys should go down into the comment section, start beefing with each other, and maybe explain why you think water is wet or not wet. I'm about to go to sleep, drink some water, stay hydrated, peace. Oh, make sure you subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Let's get it.